Hey, do you remember the day when you used to go and play games with your friends? I'm talking board games, baby. The old school stuff. Back before, all you had to do was sit at a screen all day long. Today, on Funky Five Drive, we're talking about board games, so get ready.
It's the M&M Funky Five Jive with Mike and Mel, the short and sweet podcast where they dive into toys, kids, and all the chaos in between. Packed with tips, stories, and unsolicited opinions because, let's face it, they've got plenty. And hey, their opinions are their own, so save your whining for someone who cares. Now let's get to it. Time to play with Mike and Mel.
Hey, welcome to the M&M Funky Five Jive. On this episode, as Mike said, we're talking about board games. We're going old school.
To be honest, we don't play board games like we used to either. It used to be a lot of fun. We were going and doing all this research, and we looked at our closet, and we got these games. We had to dust them off. We're like, man, we need to get these things out and get playing again. Melissa is going to tell you what she found.
Well, I know that when I was growing up, it was so much fun playing board games with the family and my friends, and we had a tradition, actually, at Christmas time, on Christmas Eve, we would all sit around as a family. One of us would pick a game, and we'd play that and wrap gifts. It was a lot of fun. So they've always been near and dear to my heart. However, if you stay tuned to the end, I'm going to share with you one of my personal secrets about board games that I haven't even shared with Mike yet. And so I'm going to reveal something I have never revealed to him when it comes to board games. And
is it X-rated?
I'm not telling anything. So I'll let your imagination run wild.
Right.
One of the best part about board games is the rivalry. To sit there and just, you're ready to take all your opponent's property and money and have a little fun while you're doing it.
Sounds like greed.
And hope that you're still talking after the game's over.
I remember when we were kids, we would, like way back when we'd have sleepovers and stuff. The first time I ever played Monopoly, we stayed up till, I must have been like 10 or 11 or something. And we stayed up till 4 in the morning. And we thought that was just the craziest, wildest thing that you could ever do.
Well, you can't play a short game of Monopoly.
No, and we stayed up all night.
Yeah.
And actually, I think we were having fun doing it. But we kept getting up and running around and coming back, you know. So
right.
But that's 10, 11-year-old.
Right.
But I think, you know, like so many games, even when our kids were kids, we'd play games with them. And, you know, you kind of get them involved. But as kids get older, and as we got older, we just kind of fell out of the habit, I guess.
Right.
You know, I mean, like my mom, 85-year-old mom, always wants us to play cards, and we always say we're going to, but we never get around to it.
We don't, and we got to get better about that.
So it's that kind of thing. I mean, it is a chunk of time. It's a commitment. You know? I think that's a lot of it.
Right. Well, we never played a short, like I said about Monopoly, we never played a short game of Monopoly, and I think they're in the directions. There is a short game, but, you know, what's the fun in that? So. Well,
it depends, you know, because, like, sometimes we would play, you know, like Sorry or something like that, and that's a relatively quick game. What was that one where you had to press the thing in the middle, and it would pop, and the little dice would go around and give you your...
That's the...
what was that called?
It had like a disc in the middle. It was like a dome, and you go pop, pop, and it would pop with the dice in the thing. But I can't remember what it was. Well, anyway.
Trouble?
Trouble. That might be it.
It was Trouble, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good one.
All right, good. I'm glad you saw that.
That was one of my favorites. Mostly I like the Papa thing. But...
Right.
Okay. So.
All right. So, number 1 is, funny enough, Sorry. So Sorry was a game. Are these in
any kind of ranking? Like, are they really like this is the number 1 game? No.
No, they're just.
These are just 10 games that you came across.
Right. So Sorry was actually created in 1934, and it was a takeoff from an Indian game called Pachisi, not Parcheesi, but Pachesi or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is. I got it in the
Okay.
in the post for today. So but it was really popular in the 70s and 80s. I did not own it, but I enjoyed playing it.
Sorry?
Yeah, I never owned it.
Oh my gosh.
My friend, who was really close to me, who I saw just about every day, she owned it. So just go for it and play it.
So not everybody had to have it, I guess.
Right.
What's next?
Wow.
Battleship.
Battleship.
You sang my
You sank my battleship.
You sank my battleship.
Now, I have to admit, with Battleship, I didn't play that when I was a kid.
I played it a lot. My brother and I played that a lot.
Did you?
It's a two-man game, you know.
Yeah.
And so we'd just be like laying on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
We had the old one. The problem is you talk about choking hazards and everything else, but we had all those little red and white things, and they'd end up all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
But still,
Okay,
that was a good one.
I got to ask you the magic question.
Yes.
Did Nick cheat?
Who knows? He'd cheat now.
I know he would now.
All right.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't play it because I looked at it as more of a boy game. I guess
it's actually hard to cheat in Battleship. But you know, because people cheated, what we would do is, you know, in the beginning, you just put the little red explosions in your ships as they got hit.
Yeah.
But I learned that I also marked the other person's on the bottom board. So I put like if they called one that was a miss, I'd mark theirs on my board.
Oh,
so
that's
that
smart.
way I know and then same thing up top. Because if they moved a ship or something, you'd know.
Right.
And you couldn't move either.
Right.
But it wasn't that big a deal.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you cheated, you cheated, but it's no fun. You know,
no, you want to know that you won fair and square.
Yeah. So it's not that big a deal. It's hard to cheat at that game because so many numbers get called that it's obvious when you cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So the first time I played it was with you when you got that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead and read the number 3.
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh.
Oh, Operation. Okay, now here's one that we didn't own when I was a kid. My cousins had it.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't play, or we didn't own it.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any games like that with batteries.
No?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
That would have been too electronic for my parents.
Really?
I don't know. No, I don't think I don't think they had a thing against it. But we really didn't have a lot of games with batteries.
Oh,
I think it's because they knew it was a pain in the butt to always buy batteries, so they just never got that.
Yeah. See, my parents kept like this stockpile of batteries in the junk drawer.
But your dad was Mr. Techno. Your dad had all
He had all the gadgets and stuff. That's true. But Operation, I think I went through 2 of those games because one time I pulled the cord too hard when I was trying to get a position.
It breaks off.
And then it breaks off and the little tweezer thing comes off.
And then everybody always loses the little bones or whatever.
Yeah, the little pieces and whatever. One time I lost one of them and I tried to find something in my toys to try to replace it, to try to match it, but it never works because then when you go to take the tweezers and try to pick it up, you hit the side and it doesn't work.
No.
And
nobody's got a little wishbone hanging around.
No.
Okay. Next one surprises me. That doesn't surprise me. Next one is?
I love this game, Twister.
What surprises me about it is that when you look this up, I thought Twister was a 70s game, and it was invented in 1960. 60.
I couldn't believe that either.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Those randy teenagers back in the day.
That was probably
Twisting
risque. Because, you know, you had boys and girls' bodies touching each other and wrapped around each other. That was...
Play spin the bottle after that.
That's true. Twister.
What did we do? 2 minutes in the closet. That was a game I'd like to play.
I never played that game. I was a good
That's a party game. It's a spin the bottle, but then every once in a while you had to go into like the little secret room with the person and stay in there for, I don't know, a minute. You didn't do that?
No.
Oh.
I was a good girl. I didn't do stuff like that.
I did that.
Can't you see my halo? But Twister was a staple at all of my sleepovers. Okay.
Oh, Trivial Pursuit you've got next.
Yeah.
The Trivial Pursuit 80s edition. Questions anyone can answer. In 87, what mammal after dogs bit the most New Yorkers? Humans! The Trivial Pursuit 80s edition.
Which is good, unless you're playing with my ex-brother-in-law, because that son of a gun knows everything.
Oh, God. Well, you know what I didn't
And I hated it because I know nothing.
So what I was going to say is, remember the questions were like from the 30s and the 20s and all that, and
but
he knew that?
they got so many different versions, too.
Oh, that's true. Well, right.
And that's the thing.
Well, the original one did.
Well, really? I don't know. Maybe I never played the actual original, because it seemed like ours were, somewhat current. I don't remember anything being, well, I guess from the 30s, yeah. If there was, I guess there was some stuff like that. But, yeah he knew a lot of that. He was very good at, he should have been on Jeopardy or something.
Really?
But, probably. But I love Trivial Pursuit. But, a lot of times, Trivial Pursuit, we didn't even play the board game part of it. We just would ask each other questions and see who could get it. And that was fun. But you know what's not on this list that goes along with Trivial Pursuit is Pictionary.
Yes, it is.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because that was my game.
But, actually, we have Trivial Pursuit. We've got, like, 2 versions of it.
Yeah, we do.
But I don't know where it is.
They're back there. Oh,
No,
it could be in Florida.
You think they're in Florida?
I think they're in Florida.
I was going to ask you a sample question from them to show you how antiquated these questions were that, like, people today would not know.
Like who starred in some old Western, something like that.
Yeah, who directed, not
what
Bridget.
was Ronald Reagan's first film? Stuff like that.
Oh, I know that.
What?
It was like Bedtime for Bonzo or something like that.
She loses.
Okay. That is not a Trivial Pursuit question, so I don't lose. I'm fine.
Okay. Next one.
Next one is the Game of Life. I love.
Okay, and we have that right there.
We have this one here. Now it's a little bit different than it was when I had it because it was like huge.
It's not that different.
But it still has the spinner.
But the thing I think is different when we played it is that you get a lot more kids and stuff.
That's just dumb luck.
No, because it used to be, you get a couple, 3, 4 kids at the most.
Yeah.
We were like having second cars when we played this new version. Because it was too much. That was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. Well, I don't know why either.
It was favorite.
Because after we got this version and we played it, I wasn't as excited.
I know.
As I used to be.
I know. I'm not sure why either, but yeah, I absolutely loved it.
You put that back away all wrong, and now I'm going to take it apart and fix it because of my OCD on things being packaged correctly.
For you, the next one is Pictionary.
Pictionary is my favorite.
I love Pictionary. And, of course, it's the favorite of yours because you like to draw.
I like drawing.
He likes drawing.
You know my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
Drawing. And that's my
Well,
favorite.
and you're an artist anyway, so it's kind of an unfair advantage.
It's fun. You and I never really played Pictionary against other people.
No, we haven't, and we should because we
not to bring up something bad, but my ex-wife and I, we used to play it with other people. We had game night actually back in California. We would have one night a week, and we'd all get together. We have game night, and then we'd have food night. So we'd have like Italian or Mexican or something, whatever the host said. But Pictionary was fun for me because I could just draw just start drawing, and she'd get it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And the other people hated to play with us because we were really good.
I would too, but I think that would be you and me now.
I think so.
Because,
I know that we could do it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is the Pictionary I got at Goodwill.
Oh really?
So these are somebody else's drawings.
Ooh, let's look at some.
Bear.
That's a bear.
Mama bear. Bear in the woods.
Yeah.
Bear.
Polar.
Bear. There's a bear in the woods.
There's a bear in the woods. I don't know what that is. Categories.
I never played this one.
Why do we have it and we've never played it?
Because I went and bought some games at Goodwill
Mhm.
a while back because I thought, well, this would be fun.
Mhm.
And that was one of them I found. And I thought, well, we
Oh.
should try this. But I don't believe I have ever played it. Have you?
I have played it maybe once because my sister had it.
A letter comes up on the dice, and there's all these categories. And you think of a word for each that starts with that letter. But your answer can't be like anyone else's. Beginning with R, farm animals.
Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros. Sure. Categories from Milton Bradley.
Advancing
What
on
did
the
you
board.
guys think about Clue when you were a kid? I never liked Clue.
I liked it a lot. I played it quite a
Man,
bit. You didn't like Clue?
It was one of those games we never finished again.
Oh.
It's like we didn't have the patience or something.
Oh, I love
Because
Clue.
I mean, I know all about how to play it, but I don't remember ever really having a finished game.
Okay. So
I might enjoy it more now because I have more patience.
here's Mrs. Peacock.
These
And
are-
here's Colonel
these are-
Mustard. These are weird looking
But these
cards.
are
This is
new
a newer.
ones. Yeah.
The wrench
Why are you showing these?
and the knife. Because I think it makes it more fun and more bonk. Okay. And yeah,
Flinched like I was really going to get hit.
I know you did.
I felt like I was.
Oh, did I threaten you?
'Cause
That's not. Clue is not on the list,
I
but
ranked Clue down on low on my list.
do you?
Yep, it's not my favorite.
Okay.
You
Well,
can tell how
that's
that's about enough of the old school board games. But there's also lots of new ones all the time,
right.
and we see them at the shows when we take our game, Chicka Chaka, to the conventions. We see lots of people with lots of really fun games, lots of new stuff. If they'd give them to us, we would tell you about them because we don't know about them.
That's true.
But you have a couple here.
Yeah. So, but remember the last time we went to what was it when we went to Astra? They had a huge room full of board game challenges going on,
and
and
people
that
were
looked
playing.
like a lot
People
of
were
fun.
playing the games, right? That did look like fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then there at that booth right across from us, those guys had like 5 or 6 games that they were demonstrating, and they were kind of based on like I think like medieval kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
it makes me think of Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff.
So
what are these games?
there's one from 1995 called Settlers of Catan, and I guess now it's just called Catan.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
They say it's one of the most addictive board games that you can play modern day. Players collect resources like wood, wheat, brick, and build settlements and roads, strategically blocking others while negotiating trades.
There's a stupid game on my phone that pops up like that a lot.
Yeah,
I bet it's based on the same kind of thing.
it probably
Based on this.
right.
'Cause this is probably first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to playing that.
That's supposed to be a good game. I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's next?
And the last one is called Telestrations, and this is definitely up my alley.
What
So
is it?
it's like a combination of the telephone game meets Pictionary.
Oh, right. I read that.
Yeah, so that's from 2009.
Telephone. That's that's a good idea.
That is a really
'Cause
good
telephone
idea.
was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing it like in class.
Just
or
in class, yeah.
recess or whatever.
So one person starts with a word, they draw it, then they pass the sketch to the next person who writes down what
It's
they
a word
think
or a
it
phrase?
is. Well, according to this, it's a word. And then the person writes down what they think it is, and then it just keeps going down the line. And then by the time you get back to the original
Just like
person,
telephone.
right, it's
all messed
usually
up.
completely
Yeah.
messed up. And yeah, in an electronic age, board games still have a place.
When you're talking about your friend next door, what was your go-to favorite? Doesn't have to be your favorite game of all time, but the game that you tended to play a lot.
Life.
Life, me
Life
too.
and Monopoly, it seemed like.
I'd say Life, Sorry, and Trouble.
Mm-hmm. But we played
But
those
that's because we
too.
had them,
Right.
so we played them a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to think if my brother and I played Battleship. I think those were the biggest board games. We played Monopoly sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but that, like you said, that was a commitment.
Yeah.
We still played. I don't know if it's technically a board game. We played checkers a lot.
Yeah, that's a board game.
Well, it's a game on a board, but I guess it's the original board game.
It's the original board game. Checkers.
Backgammon a little bit.
Backgammon.
I didn't play chess too much until I got older.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have anybody to play with.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We had the Happy Days board game.
I never had
I
that.
should say not my sister, because she was either not born or too young. And Payday.
You play on a calendar, and every day brings a surprise. Some days it's bad news.
My poor long-lost aunt.
Some days, good news.
She left me $500.
Make deals, pay bills, win the lottery on your way to... Payday. Payday. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, if we ever see it, we got to get it. It's a lot of fun. But it's kind of like, life toned down.
Yeah.
It's just about bills.
But as a grown-up, then... like Balderdash, Trivial Pursuit, Pictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Pictionary is great because you can play with anybody,
right?
Like kids and adults,
right?
What other games are there? Like you can do as a family. All the games. All the kids games, obviously.
Right.
But did you play them with your parents?
Mm-hmm.
What would your parents like to play?
They like to play Monopoly. They were huge on that one. Yeah. Because we could
My
play
dad
for a
was-
little
what
bit
about
and then
Risk?
we could just... No, we never played that one. I never
Played
had
that
it.
sometimes.
See, that was another one that I had the perception of like it was a guy game.
No.
So it wasn't really my thing.
Mr. 1970s.
Yeah, it's my 1970s.
Sexist
Yeah.
background. No.
Well,
Risk?
those women burning bras, what do you expect?
That's a game.
That's a game that we won't get into.
Okay, on that note, you know the kind of games Melissa likes to play now. So anyway, the point is, get out, try some of these games, bring them back in your life again. We all did it. We know you did it. We did it. It was a lot of fun playing games. And I think it's a good thing that maybe we should start doing it again, like having some game nights. And
I think we
trying
should.
to do something to, just to kind of get away from just watching mindless TV or whatever, entertainment, you know, because sometimes it's nice to veg out, but sometimes it's nice to engage.
Right.
All right.
Well, then wait, a couple more things.
But I want to say like, subscribe, do all that stuff because that's what everybody says in these videos.
Yes,
like, subscribe. I'm going to point like we're going to put things up and we're not. We're not putting anything up. We're just do it. Okay.
And, all right, two more things. Number one, if you've got a game night going on, I want to see some pictures, hear some comments about how fiercely competitive you are, because I'm competitive and I love competitive stories. Second
Maybe
thing,
that's why we don't play. Oh, yeah, your big board game secret.
my big board game secret is that I get intimidated when I play board games with you.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you always win. Always. I have never beaten you at board games. And so every time I play, I get like, oh no, he's going to beat me again. And you do. It's still fun, but I'm just saying you intimidate me. Yes, you do. You're very good.
Okay, we'll prove that tonight. We'll see.
Okay. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.